Hello everyone, SquaredCircle Wrestling is back with another episode which includes major update on The Rock's WrestleMania 40 status, update on Liv Morgan's injury status, USA Network continues dropping CM Punk reference Amids return rumors, real reason current WWE star turned down AEW, new WWE title designs coming soon, released AEW star offered major role in popular promotion, and much more. You can check the complete list with time chapters in the description box below. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to our channel for all the latest news. Our top story for today looks at major update on The Rock's WrestleMania 40 status. This September, The Rock told the Pat McAfee show that facing Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39 was locked in at one point. The match didn't end up happening, but Johnson teased that he could potentially work WrestleMania 40 next April. Dave Meltzer, on the recent Wrestling Observer newsletter, provided the latest update on Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's status for WrestleMania 40. He said, regarding the stories that WWE won't do Rock vs. Reigns at Mania if Rock wants to do it, what we were told is this: if he wants the spot, I can't believe WWE would turn him down. But after Johnson turned it down last year, nobody is going with the idea he's going to do it this year. The match is not scheduled, unlike at this time last year when the match was considered a good shot. The belief is that Johnson will have plenty of work once the strikes are over and he'll have plenty to do. What we were told is that Rock is not going to come back and win the title. I'd never anticipate that would be an issue as if the match was to happen. I always figured Reigns to win and Rock then retiring in the ring. Next up, update on Liv Morgan's injury status. Former SmackDown Women's Champion Liv Morgan, shortly after bouncing back from one shoulder injury, reportedly sustained another one, which has now kept her sidelined for 3 months. Morgan's tag team partner Raquel Rodriguez, during a recent interview with the Dallas Morning News, provided an update on Morgan's rehabilitation status. She told, "I've talked to Liv. She's doing great. She's really recovering well. She's in very good spirits, and of course, she's very anxious to come back. I don't have a specific date of when she'll be back. We're all waiting for her. I know, I miss her terribly, so I'm very excited for that. But I feel like time has been flying, and she's just been on her recovery. So I would assume she'd be back sooner rather than later, and probably before any of us can really imagine." Next up, USA Network continues dropping CM Punk reference Amids return rumors. CM Punk, a controversial figure in the pro wrestling world, has only seen his reputation drop over the past several months. After getting fired from AEW, fans have been wondering if he will return to WWE. USA Network has once again added to the speculation with a blatant reference to CM Punk. Earlier this week, WWE posted a video of Shinsuke Nakamura performing the GTS on its official platforms. The USA Network's Instagram account even commented on the video, using Punk's famous moniker, "Best in the World." Adding fuel to the fire, the USA Network once again commented on a recent photo of LA Knight, where one could see Roman Reigns' reflection on his glasses. The USA Network's account ended up commenting lyrics from CM Punk's Cult of Personality theme song. What do you think? Will Punk return to WWE? Let us know in the comments below. Next up, real reason current WWE star turned down AEW. Former WWE star Mickie James has commented on her husband Nick Aldis's signing with WWE, stating that there was previously an opportunity for him to join WWE's rival promotion AEW. Mickie James, speaking with TV Insider, told that Aldis previously had the chance to sign with AEW, but ultimately didn't due to a reason. She told, "It's really interesting, when I was back at WWE, there was an opportunity for Nick to go to AEW. He turned it down because it was too much on our family for him to be on the road full-time along with me. Our son Donovan was 3 or 4. I think about it now, and it has shifted. Nick has deserved this opportunity for a long time. A lot of people don't realize he has been at this for almost 20 years, I'd say. The way our careers have gone. It's weird not really being in the same place for long, but I think it's by design. We have to do our best for our son first. That means someone has to have a lighter schedule." Business picked up for the Aldis family. In the wrestling world, if people don't know who Nick Aldis is, they will. He is an incredible talent. Next up, Matt Riddle has big interest from multiple companies. WWE released Matt Riddle from his contract, and this came after he burned a ton of chances with the company. There were over 24 incidents where he had backstage heat on him, but his name still has a lot of value. Matt Riddle just filed trademark for a nickname that he used while in WWE, and could have some big plans in the pipeline. The Wrestling Observer newsletter noted that Matt Riddle has some big interest elsewhere after his WWE release. It was noted, regarding Matt Riddle, his people have already been in talks with a number of pro wrestling, MMA and boxing companies regarding working there. The only two that have come out are PFL and bare knuckle boxing. Nothing can be announced until December when his non-compete ends, and yes, his non-compete does extend to MMA and boxing. Next up, WWE creative is far better without Vince McMahon. According to a new report, WWE talents were generally in favor of Vince McMahon's removal from creative. On October 9th, it was reported that McMahon had been removed from creative discussions, with Triple H now fully in control. The move is said to have come directly from Endeavor boss Ari Emanuel, and the move was also seemingly well received within WWE itself. Dave Meltzer, writing in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, noted that much of the talent felt creative was better without McMahon. It was noted, almost everyone would say it's more of a good thing than a bad thing. From those with knowledge of the creative situation, prior to the merger going through and McMahon taking a medical leave, he was making changes in the shows, particularly Raw, fairly regularly. At times they were viewed as positive and at times they were not. But they did get in the way of the long-term vision of the creative team. Much of the talent, certainly most of whom we've heard from, felt it was better when McMahon wasn't involved and were loyal to Levesque. The company's comeback did start under McMahon coming out of WrestleMania, but there's no doubt it accelerated greatly in late 2022, during the period McMahon wasn't with the company. Next up, Drew McIntyre speaks about WWE releases. WWE have released the talents in the aftermath of the company's merger with UFC under the TKO Group Holdings banner. The merger went through on September 12th and multiple stars were fired by WWE on September 15th. Former WWE champion Drew McIntyre is no stranger to this approach in his career. McIntyre was released by WWE in 2014, but he kept grinding and found his way back, eventually breaking the proverbial glass ceiling and is now a main event superstar in WWE. The Scottish psychopath Drew McIntyre, speaking to Good Karma Wrestling, addressed the recent mass releases. He said, "I hope they are inspired. From what I gather, the company literally tells people, do a Drew. My brother once said you've become a verb. You've got to go out there and reinvent yourself, grow your brand and make yourself more valuable." Next up, new title designs coming soon. WWE have refreshed a number of their titles in recent years, but the Raw and SmackDown Tag Team title belts, currently unified as the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships, have utilized their current design since the brand split was reintroduced in 2016. That might be set to change. A source within WWE has revealed that new tag team title belt designs could be on the way soon. Two possible sets of new tag team title belts with radically different designs were tested. One set of belts was all gold with black straps. The other set that was screen tested featured a gold and silver design with one red and one blue strap. The possible new tag team title belt designs were photo and video tested during rehearsals ahead of the October 16th episode of Monday Night Raw in Oklahoma City. The rehearsal was a title belt reveal over the course of 30 minutes. The titles were on a table in the middle of the ring, with a production assistant removing the cloth to reveal them. Next up, released AEW star offered major role in popular promotion. Former AEW producer and controversial personality Ace Steel is making a return to Impact Wrestling. PW Insider reported that Steel will be in Chicago for the Bound for Glory event and also said that he will be trying out as a producer. The report also revealed that Impact Wrestling wanted to bring him on board before he returned to AEW in May of this year. PW Insider stated, Ace Steel is in Chicago and will be working Bound for Glory tomorrow night as producer. Impact wanted to bring him in before he returned to work for EW in a remote position. Impact once again reached out and offered the same opportunity. Next up, spoiler on WWE's plan for top feuds. WWE has a lot of plans in the pipeline, and WrestleMania is now in sight. There are certainly some big events on the horizon, and WWE has some huge stories lined up. Jade Cargill's arrival in WWE brought a ton of attention to her, and fans can't wait to see what happens next. There are already plans for her in-ring debut, as Ringside News exclusively reported, and the company has a big match in mind for her to eventually tackle. As per Ringside News, right now based on things told to me in stare-downs on television, whether this is for Mania or another big show, the down-the-line teases this week were Reigns vs Rhodes, Ripley vs Lynch, Jimmy vs Jay and Flair vs Cargill. Next up, ex-WWE star slams company in new interview. Former Divas champion Alicia Fox confirmed she had left WWE back in May, bringing to an end a run that began back in 2006. At the time, Fox said that she was pissed about her WWE exit, and it seems she's still not entirely happy with how the company operates. Fox, during an appearance on the Pope's Point of View podcast, blasted WWE by saying, "We are independent contractors. They borrow our bodies. More importantly, y'all are wrestlers, either trying to go to the machine or most of us are trying to still run so far away from it. The thing is like they're not the only machine in town and they haven't been. So what is the nostalgia about? Because human nature, by its nature, can experience nostalgia for the past. No wonder the wrestling fans are like, oh my god, wrestling. No matter where they are. As long as that particular company has been doing blackface and our bosses have been doing these characters, it makes sense to me now why they were treating me like this. For me, I didn't study the history of wrestling going forward. I lived that experience linearly. I did what they told me to do. I drove those hours. I was on a tour bus with my fiance being driven around. I also wasn't bringing camera crews in to exploit my friends on an already exploited agreement. And that is all for today's news. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel SquaredCircle Wrestling for all the latest updates.